It all began the night I stumbled across Emily's messages. Hidden conversations, whispered promises, a familiarity in her words that didn't belong to me. At first I couldn't believe it. Emily, my wife of 5 years, the person I trusted with my heart, my life, my home, was betraying me. I confronted her gently, hoping for honesty. Emily, what is this? I asked, holding my phone steady, showing her the messages. She froze. Her eyes darted away, and a nervous laugh escaped her lips. It's nothing. You're overreacting, she said. But I could see the truth in the tremble of her hands. I should have walked away that night, but I didn't. I wanted answers. Eventually, she admitted it. A brief, careless affair, she insisted, that didn't mean anything. I wanted to scream, to throw things, to rage, but I knew this wasn't about anger. It was about truth. The next day brought another shock. Emily's parents called, their voices dripping with suspicion and accusation. How could you treat our daughter this way? Her father demanded. You must have done something to drive her away. She is perfect. And yet you. I was stunned. Their perfect daughter had cheated, yet they blamed me. I drew in a deep breath, forcing calm where my mind screamed. I didn't do anything wrong, I said evenly. I respected her, loved her, trusted her. Maybe you should look closer at her choices. That didn't satisfy them. They continued lecturing, praising Emily's so-called perfection, making assumptions I knew weren't true. But I had seen the truth, and I wasn't afraid to show it. A week later, at a small family gathering meant to resolve misunderstandings, I calmly presented the facts. I laid out the messages, the timeline, the patterns of deceit. I didn't shout or accuse. I simply showed the evidence. The room went silent. Emily's parents stared. Disbelief etched across their faces. The perfect image they'd built of their daughter shattered, replaced by a harsh, undeniable reality. Emily's carefully curated mask of innocence and virtue was gone. No pretending, no charm. She tried to interject, to twist the narrative, but I stayed firm, voice steady, eyes unwavering. This isn't about blame, I said. It's about honesty. You taught her to hide mistakes to appear flawless, but truth can't stay hidden forever. The tension was unbearable. Her parents, once so confident in their perfect daughter, now searched for explanations that didn't exist. Emily herself was pale, fidgeting with the edge of her sleeve, trying to mount a defense I wouldn't allow. Perfection isn't about appearances or charm, I continued. It's about integrity, honesty, and accountability. When someone repeatedly betrays trust, no smile can cover it. Her father's jaw tightened. You're making this sound worse than it is, he said. She made a small mistake. We all. A mistake, I interrupted evenly, is admitting it and taking responsibility. Repeating it, lying about it, hiding it, and blaming others is not a mistake. That is a choice. And the choice was hers. Her mother, usually composed, looked stricken. Her hand trembled slightly as she reached for her purse, as if fleeing the truth she'd long shielded herself from. But there was nowhere to go. The truth was undeniable, right there in front of them. Emily tried to speak. Her voice shook. You're exaggerating. It's not like that. I shook my head gently. I'm not exaggerating. The facts are here for everyone to see. Your daughter has been living a double life, deceiving you, deceiving me, deceiving our marriage. This isn't opinion. This is reality. For the first time, Emily seemed to grasp the gravity of the situation. Her confident smirk, the one that had carried her through countless lies, was gone. I saw vulnerability, fear of losing control. Her parents sat in stunned silence, processing everything. Their perfect daughter, the one they had endlessly praised and defended unconditionally, was not what they thought. And no explanation could undo her actions. I paused, letting the silence settle, letting them confront the reality they'd been avoiding. I didn't need to push further. The evidence, the consequences, spoke louder than words ever could. Finally, I concluded. This isn't about shame or punishment. It's about understanding choices and accepting responsibility. Your daughter must do the same, and so must you as parents, by recognizing reality instead of clinging to an illusion of perfection. The room remained tense, but something had shifted. The illusion had crumbled, replaced by harsh, undeniable truth. After that evening, Emily changed completely. The confident, untouchable woman I married was gone. replaced by someone quieter, hesitant, painfully aware of her actions' consequences. She no longer tried to manipulate or charm her way out of reality. In the following days, her parents approached me separately. Her father, still trying to maintain control, admitted quietly, "We didn't see it coming. We thought she was different." I met his gaze steadily. Different maybe, but perfection isn't about appearances or charm. Emily's choices have consequences, and you need to acknowledge them as much as she does. Her mother, tearful and remorseful, whispered, "We wanted to believe in the image we built of our perfect daughter. We never imagined." I nodded gently. Belief doesn't change reality. Hiding behind illusions only prolongs the pain when the truth inevitably comes out. She has to face her actions. You have to face the reality of who she really is, not the daughter you imagined. Emily approached me later that week, desperate to regain control, to fix her image in my eyes. "I can explain everything. Please just listen," she pleaded. I listened calmly, letting her words flow, but my expression remained firm, my stance unyielding. She realized immediately that manipulation no longer worked. "Emily," I said finally, "it's not about explanations. It's about accountability. You've made choices. You have to live with them. That's the only truth that matters." The dynamic between us shifted entirely. Where once she held power through lies and charm, I now held it through clarity and resolve. She understood that I would not be drawn into her games, that the truth had power far greater than any excuse she could offer. Weeks passed. Emily's attempts to maintain control faded. Her parents, now more observant, treated her with cautious realism. No more blind praise. She could no longer hide behind perfection or charm. Every word and action was weighed against the reality she had created through deceit. Eventually, I realized that exposing the truth wasn't about revenge. It was about establishing reality in a household built on illusions. Emily's parents had to see her clearly. She had to see herself clearly. And I could finally reclaim the respect, honesty, and integrity that had been absent for so long. By confronting the lies, revealing the truth, and standing firm, balance was restored. The perfect daughter was no longer a facade. The household was no longer a theater. And I no longer lived in the shadow of deception. Truth had been revealed. Lessons had been learned. Consequences were undeniable, for Emily, for her parents, and for our marriage.